Hello and welcome, everybody. Tonight's broadcast features the United States against Panama in the penultimate game for both teams in the final round of CONCACAF World Cup Qualifying. And it is arguably the biggest match yet for the United States in this World Cup qualifying cycle at a sold-out Exploria Stadium in sunny Orlando, Florida. The red, white, and blue welcome Panama to the States, and Panama heading into the day thought they might have a fighting chance for that fourth spot, that intercontinental playoff spot. It is looking more and more bleak as Costa Rica is leading, and if Costa Rica wins that game, which the final whistle is happening any moment now, then they would be officially eliminated from contention for that fourth spot. Meanwhile, for the United States, they're currently second in the table on 22 points, tied with Mexico and Costa Rica on points now. We can confirm Costa Rica has won, so Panama officially eliminated from contention, but it shouldn't dampen the fact that Panama will be trying to play a spoiler role as the United States lost to Panama on the road in Panama earlier in these qualifiers. And Canada earlier today clinching the first World Cup qualifying spot in CONCACAF with a win over Jamaica. We're off and running in Orlando, Florida. It's an electric atmosphere, a sold-out crowd in Orlando, and we're underway in what should be a fun 90 minutes as long as the U.S. can get the job done. What's good, Hugo? Welcome in. Hugo predicts a 4-1 USA win. All right, man. I wish I was as confident as you. I also see the U.S. getting a win. I don't know if it'll be that easy. I hope you're right, though. I would love for that to be right. Welcome in, Jeffrey. Great to see you. And here we go. And since Costa Rica won their game against El Salvador, the United States, even with a win tonight, cannot officially clinch a World Cup berth, although they'll be about 99% there, as they will take on Costa Rica on Wednesday night. Now, if the U.S. was to draw or even worse, lose this game, then that game against Costa Rica on Wednesday would be a whole different scenario. So I'll get into those scenarios later, depending on how this game plays out, as this is nearly stolen by the United States. Panama a little too nonchalant, playing it out the back. Panama in all white for this one, the U.S. in red and blue, and a handball called against the United States. I'll get into the starting lineups momentarily. First, for the United States, it is Zach Steffen in goal. The same was the case in Mexico, against Mexico 3 nights ago, as Panama is on the attack, cut back, but intercepted by Tyler Adams. The U.S., however, turn it right back over. Panama looking to create a chance. It's played into the feet of Freddy Gondola, and Gondola will win a corner kick. All right, or actually the flag was raised, and it looks like offsides was called before that. Yep. So carrying on with the starting lineups, it's Steffen in goal. Shaq Moore gets the start tonight at right back. Left back is Miles Robinson. The center back pairing is Walker Zimmerman and Anthony Robinson. Meanwhile, in the midfield, it's Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, and Luca De La Torre. De La Torre has only appeared in 2 World Cup qualifiers so far. And then up top, it's Paul Arriola who gets the start alongside Christian Pulisic and the red-hot Jesus Ferreira, who had a hat trick for FC Dallas just a week ago. So definitely a decent amount of changes in Greg Berhalter's 11. You could just tell when the final whistle blew at Azteca, many of the U.S. players were just completely gassed. Of course, playing in that altitude is no joke, and so it's not a big surprise that there is some rotation. I am a little bit surprised to see Gio Reyna on the bench, however, for this one. Yeah, Paul Arriola getting the start is an interesting one for me, but that's what Greg Berhalter decided. What's up, Mike? Welcome. And why am I not covering the Timberwolves Celtics game? Sorry, man. I have been checking in on the Celtics game, but this is more important for me, Mike. Celtics, I know they're battling for seeding, but that's still the regular season. This is World Cup qualifying. So this has to take precedent tonight. But trust me, once we Once the Celtics enter the postseason, I'll be covering every one of their playoff games. But I know you, especially as a Timberwolves fan, would have probably liked me to cover tonight's game. Sorry, I'm not Mike, but I still appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, it should be Ben, but at the same time, we lost in the game at Panama 1-0. So it should be routine, but it seems like it never is in CONCACAF. So we shall see as a foul is called on De La Torre. U.S. led by Greg Berhalter. In charge of Panama is Thomas Christensen, actually from Denmark, managing this Panamanian side. And yeah, with that Costa Rica win moments ago over El Salvador, Panama is officially eliminated from World Cup contention. But it's still going to be a tricky one, I feel like, or it could be a tricky one. I mean, I hope the US win comfortably by 3 goals, but Panama always seems to provide a test in World Cup qualifying every cycle, really, it seems. All right, I'm glad you forgive me. What's up, TML fan? Welcome. And do I remember you? Vaguely, yeah. I remember that name. I remember that username. I appreciate you tuning in. That's right, Vaughn. Come on, USA. Absolutely. We got we got Van in the house. We got Jeffrey here. Welcome in, everybody. As Anthony Robinson is called for the foul. So the U.S. committing a lot of fouls early on. Down for Panama is Edgar Barcenas. And yeah, let's get to the Panama lineup. In goal is Luis Mejia. The outside backs are Michael Murillo and Fidel Escobar. The center back pairing, Andres Andrade and Eric Davis. In the midfield, it's 5 in the midfield for Panama. You got Anibal Godoy, Alberto Quintero, Freddy Gondola, Edgar Barcenas, and Adalberto Carrasquilla. And then up top, the lone striker is Rolando Blackburn. That's how the Panamanian starting lineup looks like. You watched during the Olympics. That's right, the Olympic hockey game that I did, US Canada. You were there for that. Yes, absolutely. Now I remember you for sure. Yes. What's up, Mike? Welcome in. Yes, Canada is officially in the 2022 World Cup. And congrats to Canada and any Canada fans here in the chat. You guys deserved it, I have to say. As a US fan, I obviously don't like Canada, but I've got to give it up for you guys because that was an impressive World Cup qualifying cycle for Canada, and they prove that they are legit. And that program has gotten better and better under John Herdman. Panama moving it across the back. This is Fidel Escobar with a long ball forward. It's a beautiful night in Orlando. This game started at 7 p.m. local time, and it was just under 80 degrees Fahrenheit at kickoff. Just gorgeous conditions and a packed house at Exploria Stadium, home of Orlando City in MLS and Orlando Pride in the NWSL. What's up, King Lucky? Let's go USA. 100%, man. And welcome in, Gabriel. Yeah, congrats to you, man. As a Canadian, I can only imagine how proud you are. That's a fantastic accomplishment for you guys and well-deserved. Here's Panama on the attack. The cross knocked away by Tyler Adams, but Panama maintains possession. This is Murillo. Murillo plays it ahead for Fidel Escobar, and it's cleared over the sideline by Miles Robinson. Throw in here for Panama. It'll be Murillo to take it. He goes towards the end line, and it was kept in play by Quintero in the volley just over the bar. An ambitious effort that nearly paid off for Adalberto Carrasquilla. My goodness, this was a heck of an effort from Carrasquilla. Took it right out of the air. The one-time effort sailing just above the crossbar. That could have been a spectacular finish. Goal kick from Stefan goes long, and now it's settled in the midfield. And it's a looping ball angled perfectly to the feet of Anthony Robinson. That pass got behind Adams, but he manages to recover. Tyler Adams repping the captain's armband tonight. And that cross from Shaq Moore headed away. It's out for a U.S. throw-in. Bobby's doing the Celtics game right now. Awesome, Jeffrey. Awesome. Yeah, he does a great job covering the Boston sports teams. And it looks like the Celtics are up big at the half. Yeah, great to see. Here's Ferreira back to Moore, who's taken down, but no foul called, much to the dismay of the U.S. players and fans. And now here comes Panama. Miles Robinson stepping in at the right time, and it's Paul Arriola finding Moore on the wing. Shaq Moore back into the middle. Arriola slips it into Pulisic. Pulisic on his right foot has his shot blocked. It was defended nicely by Panama. And now in some trouble is Barcenas. Barcenas loses it to Anthony Robinson. Yeah, I saw that, Mike. Algeria won in Cameroon 1-0. So that second leg should be quite interesting. In fact, all five of the African World Cup qualifying playoffs are very close heading into the second legs. As this cross is cut out, getting a foot on it was Eric Davis. And Arriola taken down at the edge of the box. A free kick awarded to the USA. The foul against Carrasquilla. And 10 minutes gone. Still no score in Orlando, but there hasn't been a shortage of action so far in this one. Yeah, going back to when Shaq Moore went down, that certainly should have been called a foul. Looking at the replay, it wasn't. Yeah, USA has to win 100%. King Lucky. No excuses. Got to get the win here. Why do you hope, Mike, that Cameroon beat Algeria and go to the World Cup if you're Algerian? That doesn't seem right, man. Oh, and that shot over the crossbar. And the U.S. claiming it took a deflection. Christian Pulisic took the shot, and now it will be ruled a corner kick. It looked like the assistant referee signaled that it was a goal kick, but the center ref overruled him and said rightly it was a corner, as that appeared to strike a head on the wall for Panama. What's good, Hayden? Welcome in. Yeah, I saw that, Jeffrey. Moments ago, North Carolina defeated St. Peter's. Oh, well, St. Peter's run is over. Yeah, not really competitive game either. I was watching that game. But St. Peter's will still never be forgotten. They'll go down in history for their incredible run. And hey, we get a North Carolina Duke Final Four, which I do plan to commentate next weekend. That should be a whole lot of fun. Both Final Fours should be real good games. I know, long time no see. Absolutely, Hayden. I've been doing good. Yes, I have committed to a school. Yeah, I actually committed to Syracuse, Hayden. Yep, as this cross is whipped in, and a second effort deflects into the side netting. It'll be another corner for the United States. Jesus Ferreira with the opportunity. But yeah, I committed to Syracuse, Hayden, so super excited to be heading there in the fall. Yeah, it's great to see you again, man. Yeah, that would be crazy if DR Congo somehow beat Morocco, which, it's possible, but that would be a big upset, no doubt about it. Oh, and a player went down. I believe it was Arriola in the box. No foul called, and it's Panama on the counterattack. Barcenas weaved his way through a couple of players, but couldn't find Quintero. And now Arriola laying it ahead to Pulisic. A wide open game to start here at Exploria Stadium. Shaq Moore's cross blocked. Getting in the way appeared to be Eric Davis. That was not kept in play by Freddie Gondola, so it will be a United States throw in 13 minutes played. You know some people that go to Syracuse? Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Yes. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, it was a foul. You're right. You're right, King Lucky. Oh no. You're saying in the box it should have been. Yeah. Oh yeah, that last play it was out of bounds. Yeah, it was Zimmerman who actually went down, not Areola. And now the referee is heading over to the monitor. So you might be onto something, King Lucky. Yeah, in real time it seemed like it could have been a penalty. And now the referee is heading over to take a look at it. Um, the other game in the Final Four, Hugo, is Villanova against Kansas, as the referee will take a look. Let's see here. Should this have been a penalty against Panama? Zimmerman was the player that went down. Yeah, that's 2 hands to the face and a shove to the ground, it appeared, by Anibal Godoy. Godoy, who plays in MLS for Nashville. And I think this could be given a penalty. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Yeah, that's 2 hands to the throat area of Zimmerman. And there's clearly intent there from Godoy. The review complete and the penalty awarded. A point to the spot by the official and a chance to take an early lead for the United States. Well, play continued for quite a while after that incident. But once the ball finally went out of play, the referee had every right to take a look at it. Panama absolutely furious. The head coach, Tomas Christensen, giving the fourth official an earful, but it has to be said, it appears to be the right decision. And look who appears to be stepping up for the U.S. It's Jesus Ferreira with the ball in his hand. And what an opportunity for the FC Dallas youngster. Yeah, Senegal, Egypt, Gabriel. Yeah, agree. That is hype. Yeah, that first leg was very interesting, and Egypt got the win, but it's certainly going to be very intriguing with the second leg in Senegal. Oh wait, now Ferreira will hand it off to Pulisic. So some mind games from the United States. At first, perhaps making Panama think that it was Ferreira taking it, but nope. As I ultimately expected, it is Christian Pulisic stepping up. I was going to say, I would be surprised if indeed it had been Ferreira stepping up when you have someone named Christian Pulisic on the field. Here we go. Christian Pulisic ready to take the penalty. He has the captain armband and he finishes with ease. Fires it home to the left side of the net. 1-0 USA, and the United States takes the early lead. Just over 16 minutes played, and it's a dream start for Greg Berhalter's side. The penalty drawn by Zimmerman, and the penalty kick converted by none other than Christian Pulisic. Well, it took VAR to award the penalty, but in the end, the right decision was made, and Pulisic made no mistake. The most confident player on the pitch when it comes to taking penalties. And sorry, I said earlier that Tyler Adams had the captain armband. It's actually Christian Pulisic. And that's a big reason why. A confident kick. The goalie, Luis Mejia, guessed the wrong way, dove to his left. Pulisic put it the other way with plenty of pace. And it's a great start for the United States. With a win, the U.S. would not officially clinch a World Cup berth, but they'd be about 99% there due to their significant superior goal difference to Costa Rica. But those two will meet in the final game. And if the U.S. was to win this game, Costa Rica would need not only a win against the U.S., but a win by a significant amount of goals to get that automatic qualifying spot. So the U.S. would put themselves in phenomenal shape heading into the final match day with a victory here. Ferreira's pass taken away by Panama. The U.S. was shut out in the game at Panama, a 1-0 loss on the road But here in the United States, a different story already, with the U.S. striking first. Welcome in, Travis. Happy Sunday to you, man. Hope all is well. And I'm certainly happy right now with the U.S. taking the early lead over Panama. That's right, Gabriel. Hopefully the U.S. don't choke. Very true. This is back with the Panama keeper, Mejia. Mejia over to Andrade. Foul called here against the U.S. Down went Rolando Blackburn, the striker for the away side. Yeah, I think the U.S. is determined to make sure what happened in the last World Cup qualifying cycle does not happen this time. Oh, that's a poor giveaway by Anthony Robinson. Dangerous cross to the back post. It's a loose ball in front, a scramble inside the 6, and finally the U.S. clears. Zach Steffen appears to be down in some pain as he's slow to get to his feet, and he's actually going to stay on one knee as Panama start up an attack. Steffen back to his feet as Panama looks to create another chance. Davis with the cross, headed into the air by Miles Robinson. Now Carrasquilla over to Barcenas. Barcenas at the right edge of the penalty box. He'll find Carrasquilla, a heavy touch, turns it over to Pulisic, who's fouled, and Pulisic pops right back up. The U.S. with a chance to breathe with a free kick. What's up, MC on Productions? Welcome in. I'm doing quite well. The U.S. has the early lead, so I'm pretty pleased about that. And going back to that Panama chance, oh my, what a chance it was as it hit the shoulder of Blackburn, who, if he timed his run better, would have had an empty net to shoot at the back post, as Steffen kind of mistimed the arch of that ball and got himself into some trouble. In the end, the U.S. survive a scare, and now Steffen is down on the ground for the U.S., and the athletic trainers out to take a look at him. Who will be the 5 African teams that make it to the World Cup? I'll say Algeria. I'm going to say Senegal. I'm going to say Senegal come back in the second leg to beat Egypt. I just have a feeling they will. So yeah, Algeria, Senegal. I'm going to say Nigeria beats Ghana. So Nigeria, what are the other matchups? I'm trying to think. Oh, right. Mali, Tunisia. I'm going to say Tunisia. And then what's the one I'm missing? The other matchup. I'm blanking out right now. I'll think of it in a moment. 22nd minute as it's headed into the air by Tyler Adams. And Steffen appears to be okay. Long ball sent into the air by Panama. Header won by Zimmerman. Yeah, that was a chaotic sequence moments ago, King Lucky. No doubt about that. So a look at the live standings here in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. The U.S. with this result would go to 25 points in second place, and Panama would stay at 18 points in fifth. Ooh, Pulisic trip from behind. Advantage played by the referee, and the header's in! It's 2-0! Paul Arriola with a beautiful finish, and the lead is doubled by the Americans. A 23rd minute goal by Paul Arriola. Perhaps an unexpected feature in today's lineup, but boy, did he back Greg Berhalter up with a decision to start him with that beautiful header into the corner. And the referee did a great job of playing advantage. This ball slipped through to Pulisic, who then took it away from the box. He got absolutely hacked Play continued. The referee played advantage. A beautiful cross delivered by Anthony Robinson. And then the leaping header tucked home by Paul Arriola. Luis Mejia, the goalkeeper, barely even moved. That's how good this header was. Curled into the far corner. And the U.S. is in cruise control here in the opening half. 2-0 USA. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much, man. It's so far so good for the USA. Appreciate you tuning in, Adam, as always, man. And yeah, what a start this has been. Oh yeah, Morocco, Congo's the other matchup. So yeah, I'll take Morocco in that one. Thanks, Vaughn. So yeah, those are my 5 that I listed off, if you can remember any of them. Pulisic scored the first goal. Arriola with the second, his 9th career international goal. What's good? Braulio, welcome, and you're currently watching my stream in the Mexico game. There you are. I appreciate that, man. You're all set then. You get to focus on the Mexico game while also having an idea for what's going on in this one. Where's Matt Turner, Jeffrey? That's a good question. Matt Turner's actually still injured. Yeah, he's been injured for quite a while now, unfortunately. So that's why he is not on the roster for this final round of World Cup qualifiers. Do I think that Mexico will miss the World Cup? No, I don't. I think Mexico will make the World Cup. I think ultimately it'll be Canada first, US second, Mexico third for the automatic spots. And then I think Costa Rica will get that 4th spot for the Intercontinental Playoff. Foul called here against Jesus Ferreira. Panama with a rather quick restart. And here comes Panama down the left wing. Advantage played by the referee as there was a foul on that side. Carrasquilla cuts back to his left. Finds a teammate at the edge of the box, but it's lost by Gondola. Here's a through ball for Jesus Ferreira. Ferreira's going to get there. The flag stays down. Ferreira squares it across for Pulisic. Christian Pulisic on his right. Back to Ferreira. Ferreira's shot blocked. The flag stayed down the entire time. The U.S. not done here on the attack. Arriola squares it for De La Torre. Now Pulisic into the penalty box. Pulisic lays it back for Adams. Panama getting numbers behind the ball as Shaq Moore plays it wide. He'll get it back from Musa. 27th minute, it's all the U.S. A 2-0 lead over Panama at Exploria Stadium. Now De La Torre slips it in behind. Cut back to Arriola, and it's fed out in front. Ferreira scores. It's a 3rd goal for the United States. The FC Dallas Star scores for the red, white, and blue. 3-0. It's a party in Orlando. 27 minutes played, and it's already turning into a rout. The execution from the United States has just been superb. It was De La Torre playing the through ball into Shaq Moore, who then cut it back for Arriola. Arriola actually tried to shoot it, but it ended up working out because it took a minor deflection, landed right into the path of Ferreira, and from 5 yards out, he's never missing from that kind of range. Mejia couldn't close him down quick enough, and Ferreira just powered it home for the finish. 3-0 USA. This is dominance right now inside the opening half hour. And all 3 strikers have gotten onto the score sheet. First Pulisic from the spot, then Arriola's header, and most recently Ferreira with his third career international goal. Hasn't had a whole lot of experience with the senior national team, but boy, is that a huge moment. And I mentioned it last week. He not only had a hat trick for FC Dallas, he had a hat trick in 10 minutes, which was a club record. That would be taken away by Gondola for Panama. And now it's Quintero. Crossed in from the left wing, and Stefan bobbles it. The shot saved, though. A scary moment there for Stefan, as Panama had their best chance yet, but Stefan made up for his mistake quite well. It's a heavy touch from De La Torre. Turned over to Carrasquilla, and a handball called against the U.S. Well, you can have one criticism so far. It has to be that Stefan hasn't looked too comfortable through the opening half hour. As that last opportunity for Panama, it was just a cross that Stefan appeared to have, but it went right through his hands, and it was a golden chance for Panama. But as I said, Stefan recovered nicely, was able to make the save. With it for Panama is Murillo. He turns it over to Tyler Adams. Now De La Torre. Into the middle with Yunus Musa. Musa couldn't hold on to it. And now it's Carrasquilla. Carrasquilla getting through a couple of challenges. Now it's back with Quintero. Chance at the edge of the box. Deflected and cleared away momentarily by the U.S. Will this be a 7-goal game for the USA? I don't know about that, Hugo. But yeah, if they keep it up, certainly that would be quite something. Because World Cup qualifiers are not supposed to be that easy in CONCACAF. But hey, Hugo, your prediction does not seem to be too shabby. You guessed 4-1, already 3-0 US. Zimmerman steps in. It'll stay with Panama on the left wing. Oh, that's a heavy collision there. Down went Paul Arriola. Play will continue while Arriola's on the ground. A driven shot from distance blocked. And Ferreira will launch it out of bounds to account for the injured Arriola. It looked like he took a shot to the nose, perhaps. And he is clearly in a lot of discomfort. The U.S. frustrated with the official that he didn't stop play. Let's see the replay here. Oh, yeah, he took a flailing arm right to the nose. That didn't look too comfortable. Didn't look like there was any blood coming from his nose. The athletic trainers out to attend to him as we close in on the 32nd minute. So Arriola being looked at. He's now a teammate of Jesus Ferreira at FC Dallas. I don't know, Hugo. I don't know if Arriola was ever going to Liga MX and he said no. I know. I think you might be right, though, because I remember hearing rumors that maybe, I think it was Club America were interested in him, but that move never ended up going through. So I think you may be right about that. And it might have been, his decision to stay in MLS instead. I don't necessarily remember all the details of that, but I think you're right regarding there being interest in a Liga MX club for Paul Arriola. And so play will resume with the U.S. throw-in on the far side. Go USA. That's right, Jeffrey. That is right, man. Pass intercepted by Tyler Adams. And now the header flicked on by Pulisic. Getting there first was Panama's Michael Murillo. What's up, Eldon? How's it going, man? How's it going? Glad to see you, as it's Anthony Robinson in possession for the United States. Back to Miles Robinson. No relation between the two. They just happen to have the same last name. That pass from Zimmerman turned over to Quintero. Or turned over to Godoy, I should say. Here is Godoy. Down the left wing he goes, and eventually the foul called against Ferreira. Well, Matt Turner isn't at Arsenal just yet, Gabriel. He'll be heading there in July, in the summer. He's still with the Revolution right now, but he's been dealing with an injury that's kept him out of the first few games of the season for the Revolution and these World Cup qualifiers for the U.S. Davis hooks in the free kick, headed away as far as Carrasquilla. Looping ball cleared away again, this time by Anthony Robinson. Panama back the other way, and the last touch off of Panama. The U.S. throw-in awarded. 35 minutes played. It's 3-0, the United States leading Panama. Murillo takes the quick throw-in for Panama. It's been all U.S. so far in this one. Here is Gondola for Panama. And now Eric Davis. Play down the sideline to Gondola. Shaq Moore with the sliding tackle. Throw in for Los Ticos. Oh, sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just bugged out for a moment, but I am back. You guys let me know if there are issues on your end, because my screen just went blank for a second, but it looks like we're back and running, and here comes the U.S. on the counterattack. Anthony Robinson streaking forward down the left wing, but a good recovery run by Murillo, who blocked the cross. And now Panama can take a deep breath as they try to restart an attack. Down the left wing, cross driven in, headed down by Zimmerman. Back it comes to Davis. Godoy over to Quintero. Back to Anibal Godoy. Fidel Escobar. Panama with a lot of work to do to get back into this game. Just about the entire crowd at Exploria Stadium on their feet. We take a look at the live standings in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. The U.S. in second on 25 points. 3 points behind Canada in first. 2 points clear of Mexico. 3 points clear of Costa Rica. Remember, top three automatically qualify. Fourth place team goes to a playoff. Canada, the only team as of now to clinch a World Cup spot in this region of CONCACAF. And foul called as Yunus Musa was brought down. Canada clinching that World Cup berth earlier today after their dominant performance against Jamaica. You are a pretty big critic of Hector Herrera, aren't you, Hugo? Yeah. That pass gets away from Shaq Moore. Panama takes the throw-in. Seems like a pretty fast first half here. Already 39 minutes in, just about. And a 3-goal USA lead. It's a poor pass that lands out of play. A nice catch there by Greg Berhalter in the technical area. An American football type of catch. Here comes Panama on the attack. Man, that cross will land right into the hands of Zach Steffen. He's overrated. I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from, as that was a heavy challenge into Ariola. No foul called, and play continues. What's up, the Gridiron? Welcome into the stream. How does the USA qualify for the World Cup? Well, it's a bit complicated. They can't qualify no matter what happens tonight, so they will have to wait till the final game. But as long as the U.S. win this game, they will be about 99% qualified. Technically, they wouldn't be officially qualified since they play Costa Rica in the final game, and they'll be 3 points clear of Costa Rica, meaning that if Costa Rica was to beat them, they'd be level on points. However, the U.S. has, I think it's a 7 better goal differential coming into the day on Costa Rica. That'll even be more if this result holds true. So Costa Rica would not only have to beat the U.S. in that final game, but beat them by a significant amount to overtake them in that third spot. So with a win tonight, the U.S. basically qualified for the World Cup, but mathematically not officially qualified for the World Cup. They will have to wait for that final game against Costa Rica to make it official, as this is a chance at the edge of the box, a curling effort just wide. The one-time shot by Anibal Godoy, and he wasn't too far off the mark. Frantic. It will be all North America, hypothetically. Oh, you mean Canada, US, Mexico? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's shaping up to look that way, where it'll be, yeah, the Canada, the US, and Mexico getting those automatic spots. But remember, the fourth place team plays in an intercontinental playoff. So that also has to be taken into consideration, as the bicycle kick efforts over the bar from Ferreira. He was set up by his club teammate Ariola. Ferreira nearly had a second. A fantastic effort, just a little over the crossbar. Yeah, that was set up pretty nicely for Ferreira. Just couldn't keep it low enough, though. Made contact with the ball a bit too late. 43rd minute of play. It's a 3-0 advantage for the U.S. Those 3 goals all came in a 10-minute span earlier this half. Panama looking for the switch, and they'll make it all the way out wide. It comes to Murillo. What a great atmosphere inside Exploria Stadium. A packed house in Orlando. Here is Godoy on the ball. Pulisic applying the pressure. And now driven forward by Carrasquilla. Tries to play it out wide, but Moose is there first. Deflects off Panama. U.S. throw-in awarded. We're 90 seconds from first half stoppage time. It's a looping pass settled by Godoy of Panama. All the way back it comes for Luis Mejia, the goalkeeper. Oh, Mejia with a poor first touch. Recovers, though, as Ferreira was closing in. Ultimately has to play it out of bounds. There will be a United States throw-in. Yeah, Panama has looked quite shaky at the back. Both their back line and goalkeeper not looking too comfortable in possession at times. Zimmerman leaps in to win the header. Now he'll settle and send it all the way back to Steffen. Panama back with it. Here is Quintero. Quintero goes wide. Cross deflected and behind. It will be a Panama corner kick on the way. When am I going to broadcast a NASCAR race like Talladega or Daytona? I'm not sure, Hugo. I'm not sure. I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan. Was never really into it. But hey, maybe one of these times I will. I have a friend named Grant who loves NASCAR, and he does broadcasts like me as well on his YouTube channel. He's also an aspiring sports broadcaster. His YouTube channel name is Floodster Sports Zone, and he calls a number of races as the U.S. will counter after the Panama corner kick. Anthony Robinson streaking forward, but at the edge of the box, Mejia is there to pick it up. Shielding Robinson from the ball was Michael Murillo, and Panama survives the scare. There'll be 5 minutes added on here to the end of the first half. And Pulisic taken down yet again. Foul called against Carrasquilla. Carrasquilla, who is also another Panama player who plays in MLS. He's with the Houston Dynamo currently. Well, Pulisic, as the star player for the United States, usually a target for the opponents. Usually the most fouled player on the U.S. game in, game out. That is correct, Gabriel. Yes, Panama is out. As this cross is swung in, popped into the air, bouncing ball. Miles Robinson hit the deck, and a penalty awarded. A point to the spot from the referee. And it'll be the second penalty kick of the game for the United States, and a yellow card coming out. Godoy is the guilty one, and that's the second penalty called against him tonight. There is the yellow card. Godoy is in absolute disbelief. He can't believe it. That was a wild sequence where the ball bounced multiple times. And yeah, there's the left arm from Godoy into the face of Miles Robinson. That's a penalty. I mean, Godoy has got to be way more careful with his arms in the penalty box. First, it was the two-handed shove to the throat area of Zimmerman, and now basically putting his elbow into the face of Miles Robinson, and now another yellow card will be shown. This time it goes to, I believe, Rolando Blackburn for arguing. And it's a chance to take a 4-goal lead before the halftime break for the USA. And this time it looks like it is perhaps Jesus Ferreira. Nope, they'll once again do the handoff. And Godoy is still arguing with the official. His teammate, Fidel Escobar, had to come in to tell his teammate to back off, or else Godoy could be shown a second yellow. Rolando Blackburn shown that other yellow for arguing. Here we go. Christian Pulisic with a chance to score again, and he does. He goes the opposite way from the first time around, but the same result for the star American. 4-0 USA. He went to his right this time. Good guess by Mejia. He went the right way, maybe got a fingertip to it, but the placement was good enough from Pulisic that Mejia couldn't keep it out. 2 penalty kick goals by Christian Pulisic tonight, and it's a 4-0 USA lead. Yeah, it was a solid effort from Mejia. In the end, just too much power and accuracy on the strike from Pulisic. Quite the celebration as well from the captain. They're having a good time in Orlando as we close in on halftime. Foul here called against Pulisic, and he gets shoved, and things getting heated here. The fourth official has to intervene. A ball kicked at Pulisic by a Panama substitute, and all hell is breaking loose here. Pulisic absolutely furious, and Tyler Adams has to calm him down, or else this could end quite ugly, as Panama is really playing dirty now. That was just unnecessary from a couple of Panama players, as Pulisic just calms down here. Yeah, there was an unnecessary shove from Michael Murillo, and Pulisic wasn't having any of that. Murillo knew exactly what he was doing, and then once the fourth official came in to break up the melee, a Panama substitute kicked the ball that struck De La Torre of the U.S., and Pulisic was not happy about that either, and he was charging right at the Panama substitute, who should be red carded for that. And yeah, that escalated quickly. Apparently, there were no cards shown after that entire incident. We've now played 6 minutes of stoppage time. There were originally 5 added on, but we had the penalty and then that incident. So we could go to 7 or 8 additional minutes here. Welcome in, Jason. Glad to see you here. Yeah, 100%, Jason, 100%. Even though mathematically we wouldn't officially qualify with a win tonight, well, it's pretty much just about official. Yeah, exactly. It's almost impossible not to qualify as long as we hold on to the win and hold on to the lead for the win, which looks to be the case in about 45 minutes time. Well, about an hour time. Here are the thoughts of Greg Berhalter as we do reach halftime.
It's 100% effort and intensity. That's what I love. It wasn't perfect, but the effort was amazing. To get 4 goals is important. We talked about the crowd being electric, and it is. Thank you very much.
All right, there are the thoughts of Greg Berhalter at halftime. And yeah, we've got a lot of comments in here trying to just catch up with everybody. I tend to agree with you, Hugo. We could see some of the star players for the U.S. coming out for the second half just because they have such a big lead. And yeah, you don't want to see a player like Pulisic getting injured, and Panama certainly seemed to be out to injure by the looks of it. So I'll step aside for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back for the halftime report in a moment. It's 4-0 the USA rolling over Panama through 45 minutes. And welcome into the halftime report, everybody. Looking back at the comments here, yes, Jason, we're currently in second place. The U.S. is in second. Um, Adam saying Solomon Islands have a decent chance to beat New Zealand in the Oceania final. All right, I mean, hey, I'll take your word for that, Adam. You seem to be quite knowledgeable about them. I couldn't tell you anything about them, but yeah, that is interesting. And you are right. The team from CONCACAF will play the team from Oceania in that intercontinental playoff. We look at the scores around CONCACAF qualifiers today. Canada defeating Jamaica 4-0, the final score. Costa Rica beat El Salvador earlier 2-1. 4-0 U.S. leading Panama in this game at the half. And also at halftime, Mexico in their game against Honduras, 0-0. Still no score in that one. All right, let's go over the first half highlights in this one. Early on, about a quarter hour in, a penalty kick awarded to the United States. It wasn't originally called, but the referee was told by VAR to take a look at the monitor himself. A penalty kick rightly awarded. Christian Pulisic stepped up, powered it to the left side of the net as the goalie guessed the wrong way. That opened the scoring, and quite frankly, it never changed. Well, I should say the U.S. never looked back after that. That was just the start to an onslaught of goals. As moments later, it would be a second for the U.S. Paul Arriola with a beautiful leaping header into the far corner. It was a through ball, originally to Christian Pulisic, that set up this chance. Pulisic was actually fouled, but the referee rightly played advantage, and then it was a great service from the left side by Anthony Robinson, and Arriola did the rest. Then 27th minute of play, it would be a third for the U.S., and this time it would be the other striker, Jesus Ferreira, getting on the score sheet. The assist by his club teammate, Paul Arriola. Shaq Moore with the original cross. Arriola setting up Ferreira from close range, who made no mistake. And then in first half stoppage time, another goal would be added on by the U.S., and it would be another penalty against not only Panama, but the same player, Anibal Godoy, who this time would be booked. An elbow to the throat, it appeared, or to the face anyways, of Miles Robinson. And once again, it would be Christian Pulisic stepping up from the spot. This time he went to the opposite corner, about the same result. 2 goals from the spot for Pulisic, 4-0, the U.S. rolling right now. So we take a look at the live standings in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. Canada already clinched a spot at the World Cup earlier today. They're leading the standings with 28 points. Then it's the U.S. with 25, Mexico 23. Those are the teams currently in the 3 automatic places. And then it's Costa Rica currently on 22 in 4th place. So that's how it's looking. What an electric atmosphere it has been at Exploria Stadium in Orlando. The U.S. feeding off that electric crowd. And my goodness, this has been their best half so far. Well, either this half or that second half in the game at Honduras. That was a pretty good half too. But either way, they're playing some of their best soccer right now. Look at the first half stats. The U.S. outshot Panama 10-5. The shots on goal, 4-1. Meanwhile, the U.S. really putting on a clinic at the moment, to be quite frank. And yeah, Adam, Mexico hasn't been themselves for a little while now. So yeah, they're not the Mexico we've been used to in past years. That's very true. Yeah, I'm sure Panama will be in for a red card. I have a feeling that will be true, Hugo. Yeah, Jonathan David is a great player on Canada. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's fantastic for Lille. He's teammates with Tim Weah on Lille. So Tim Weah is of course on the US. So yeah, Jonathan David is a fantastic striker, no doubt about it. I'll be back for more on the halftime report. A 4-0 lead at the break for the US over Panama. Welcome back into the halftime report, everybody. 4-0 U.S. leading Panama. It's such a party in Orlando that it looks like there's fireworks going on right now. A reminder that Friday, just 5 days from now, it will be the 2022 FIFA World Cup draw. That will be 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Friday. I'll unfortunately be at school when that World Cup draw takes place, but I am fired up for that draw. A much anticipated World Cup draw on the horizon. All right, after the break, it's back out to Orlando. It's the United States leading Panama 4-0. Second half is next. Welcome back in, everybody. We're all set to get the second half started. It's all the U.S. in this one against Panama. 4-0 the scoreline. And it looks like Greg Berhalter is making at least one halftime substitution. Gio Reyna has entered the match. Kellen Acosta has entered as well. So at least a couple of changes here from Greg Berhalter at the break. And it even looks like Panama themselves has made a couple of changes. So I'll get you caught up on all of those substitutions as we begin this second half. England, USA in the same group would be quite something, Adam. Yeah, I did hear that Russia got kicked out from the World Cup. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yep. I don't know what would have happened if they automatically qualified as a first place finisher in their group. I still think they probably would have kicked them out as this cross is sent in by Shaq Moore. Now I don't know what that would have meant for the rest of European qualifying, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Acosta has come on for Musa, so that's one of the changes. Meanwhile, Ariola was the one who made way for Gio Reyna. So Barcenas, meanwhile, coming off for Medina as a chance arises right away, and it's sent wide by Reyna. All right, so just getting up to date with those substitutions. Yep, so Medina on for Barcenas. And then I'll try to figure out that other Panama substitution in a moment. If I'm not mistaken, it was Rodriguez who came on. Yep, there it is. Rodriguez came on for Gondola. So that was the other Panama substitution. So 2 changes for each team, and the U.S. nearly scoring a fifth goal right there. And also Blackburn came off for Torres, so making 3 changes for Panama at the break, as Torres replaced Blackburn. All right. Now we're up to date as a free kick is awarded to Panama. Down went Anibal Godoy. Godoy has been quite animated from the start, really. He committed both penalties, is on a yellow card. He's got to be careful the rest of the way. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. Appreciate you coming back, though, Vaughn. Yeah, it is a bit of a mess regarding Russian sports athletes and teams. Yeah, it is. It's a tricky situation, no doubt. Here's Alberto Quintero. Now played down the line for Rodriguez. Rodriguez crosses into the box. Now it's played back. Nice first touch. The shot blocked. Anthony Robinson got in the way of Quintero's effort. Now the U.S. trying to clear it. Reyna settles. He got tripped up, but still found Pulisic. Pulisic driving forward for the USA. He has an option on both sides. Elects to slip in Ferreira. Ferreira in the box. Pass cut out as it appeared to be Andrade who got a touch to it. And in the end, Ferreira either whistled for the foul or a goal kick awarded. I believe a foul was called. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is tricky, Adam, because yeah, as you say, like it's not. Oh, here's a chance. De La Torre driving into the box. His cross will be cleared only as far as Acosta. It is tricky because yeah, like it wasn't the Russian soccer players who started the war. And yeah, I like to think that I'd like to think that most, if not every one of the players on the Russian national team are against war and don't support what Putin's doing, and therefore it is a bit harsh to just boot them out and say that they can't qualify for the World Cup. Um, but then at the same time, there was a lot of pressure to do just that. So it's complicated. I don't really need to talk about it though. It's terrible, obviously, what's going on in Ukraine, and you hate to see it. It's just it's just horrific what's going on there. And obviously, war is always bigger than sport at the end of the day. As that appeared to be a foul, but play continues with Panama in possession. On the ball is Godoy. Now down the line, it's played by Andrade. Cross whipped in. Zimmerman got there first. Now it's Kellen Acosta. No, no worries, Adam. No, I agree with you for the most part. As this is sent out wide, Anthony Robinson will get there. But yeah, Vaughn also makes a great point. None of the teams were willing to play Russia in the first place, so that was a big issue too. It's a tough situation all around. There was no decision that was going to please everybody at the end of the day. That's out for a throw in. Sliding in for Panama was Eric Davis. Gio Reyna commits the foul. Free kick to Panama. U.S. in cruise control at the moment. What's good, Lon? Welcome in. Yeah, let's score again. Why not? Yeah, go Gio. Absolutely, man. Hopefully Reyna can get on the score sheet here in the second half. He played about 30 minutes against Mexico. He's going to play 45 tonight as long as everything goes to plan. And he is working back from that injury he sustained, as that's sent across the 6 towards the back post. Clearing there was Anthony Robinson. Quick scare for the United States. Turning here is Tyler Adams. He gives it away. No foul called, and the strike from distance sails over the bar from Fidel Escobar. Yeah, it's great to see Reyna back. As you mentioned, Adam, he has had an injury-plagued time as of late. But it's great to see him back on the pitch because, yeah, he originally sustained his first injury way early on in World Cup qualifying back in the fall against, I think it was the El Salvador game that he got injured. I could be wrong. And then right after he returned, he got injured again for Dortmund. So you hated to see that, but it's great to see him healthy back on the pitch. And obviously with him returning, you got to take a little bit of caution, although he did play the full 90 minutes for Dortmund last weekend against Cologne, which was a great sign. And hopefully he can stay healthy for a while now because he's such a great talent. Stefan off his line, and it was a Panama striker who got there first. The original shot blocked there on the effort by Quintero. Now Quintero to the back post, and the header lands straight into the hands of Zach Steffen. Another nervy moment for Zach Steffen. Let's see the replay here. Yeah, Steffen came out, didn't get there. Getting to that ball first was the substitute Torres, and nearly led to a Panama goal. It's been a few of those moments where Steffen has been a bit unsure, and it's nearly been costly. What's up, Quinn? Welcome in. Great to see you, Quinn. I don't know how Canada got so good. They're just insane right now. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, they were fantastic in these World Cup qualifiers, and deservedly are heading to the World Cup. They clinched earlier today with a win over Jamaica. And as I mentioned, the World Cup draw will take place Friday, and hopefully by then the U.S. will be added onto that list of teams qualifying for the World Cup from CONCACAF. Canada, the only team that's clinched so far. Remember, it's 3 automatic spots, and then the 4th place team will head to an intercontinental playoff, which will take place in Qatar in June against the winner of the Oceanian region, which will be either New Zealand or the Solomon Islands, if I'm not mistaken, as this cross is delivered towards the back post. Getting there eventually is Quintero. Quintero defended by Shaq Moore. He'll send it back for Godoy. Now Quintero trying to return it for Godoy, but in the way was Tyler Adams. Panama retained possession. Rodriguez floating it across. Edge of the 6, it's Miles Robinson who clears it out of the box. Now Carrasquilla. Medina, the substitute, will hold up play for Los Ticos. Panama down by 4. Yeah, it'll probably be New Zealand. I would assume so. Vaughn. Sorry, not Los Ticos. I'm getting ahead of myself. Los Ticos are Wednesday. We face Costa Rica Wednesday. I'm already looking ahead to that game. I do plan to be on the call for that game too Wednesday night, where the U.S. will have a chance to officially clinch a spot in the World Cup. And that'll be the last game of World Cup qualifying. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Canada is known as a hockey country, Adam. They're not really known for their soccer, as Shaq Moore took a crack at goal, and that's shanked well wide in the end. I mean, I see what you're saying, Adam, but yeah, I mean, for the longest time, Canada, I mean, they still are known as a hockey country, and no one seemed to take soccer too seriously there. But now all of a sudden, they have a great fan base for soccer. I mean, their women's team, to be fair, has been good for a while now. But yeah, the men's side was always a step behind. But yeah, it's good for CONCACAF. It's good for the region to see Canada playing so well. I mean, they've had some great results. They beat both Mexico and the U.S. in these World Cup qualifiers, which is extraordinary. Here's Pulisic making the run. Pulisic's going to get there. Squares it across. Ferreira's there, and it's cleared off the line. Oh, nearly a fifth goal. As Shaq Moore goes down, that's got to be a foul, no? Nothing called, and Moore is down in some pain. It looked like he got a cleat to the chest. And yeah, a whistle has been blown, and a yellow card shown to Eric Davis of Panama. Second booking of the game. Let's go back to that U.S. chance. Gio Reyna slipping it into Pulisic, who was on the counterattack. And credit to Mejia for closing down the angle, kind of forced Pulisic in the end to play it across for Ferreira, and it was just too tight of an angle for Ferreira to find the net. Cleared off the line, and yeah, then that foul ensued, and that was a vicious high kick from Davis right to the chest of Moore. Yeah, nearly a Pulisic assist. It was close. Wow, Adams says New Zealand won't be beating Solomon Islands. We'll see about that, man. We'll see about that. You're very high on Solomon Islands. We'll see. We'll see if they can pull off the upset. Do I think New Zealand can beat Mexico in the Intercontinental Playoff? I mean, yeah, it's possible. I would still take Mexico, though. I would still take Mexico in the end. But it is just a one-game playoff this time around for this World Cup. Because usually it's two legs, but this time it's just one game at a neutral site in Qatar. So, I mean, I'd give New Zealand a decent shot. If, of course, they were to win the Oceanian region, Adam. Yeah, you're right about that, Adam. The Canada women's team is one of the best in the world. Yeah, I mean, they won the Olympics this summer, actually. Oh, what a move there as Davis cut it back to blow by Gio Reyna. Oh, that's given away. Picked up now by the U.S. That was Reyna with it. Now Acosta. The cross from Anthony Robinson deflects just over the bar. It will be a corner kick on the way for the U.S. as we close in on the hour mark. Yeah, the pressure initially was by Gio Reyna to force the turnover in the midfield. He took it right away from Andres Andrade. Another corner for the U.S. here. Zimmerman with a couple of headers, and now trying to control it is Ferreira, but Panama manages to clear only as far as Tyler Adams. Adams ahead for Reyna. We've played an hour, half an hour remains, and that's a beautiful pass. De La Torre sends it across, and Ferreira puts it over the bar. Oh man, Ferreira could have a hat trick by now. That was an unbelievable chance. Oof. That's one you'd love to have back. I thought De La Torre could have gone for goal. Instead, cut it across for Ferreira. And yeah, he just got his footing a little bit wrong. I think the ball was a little bit behind him when he took the shot. He was off balance, and as a result, it went over the bar. Hey, I'll take your word for it, Adam. Yeah, I was just looking it up. Wednesday afternoon here in the US is when that Solomon Islands New Zealand game will take place in the Oceania final. So yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm interested to see how that match plays out. The U.S. now back with possession. De La Torre has his pass blocked off by Carrasquilla. And now here comes Panama. Turning is Alberto Quintero. He'll send it wide into space. That's Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the end line. Crosses all the way through to the edge of the box on the right side with Medina. And Anthony Robinson wins that battle and sends it out towards midfield. A nice controlled touch by Fidel Escobar. Down the left wing, Rodriguez. Rodriguez sprinting to the end line, and that cross is one of the worst I've seen in a long time. That probably went up into the 20th row. No threat for the United States there. Hey, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Adam, yeah. And the U.S. set to make another change, just not quite yet. Stefan will play it out of the back for De La Torre. Pulisic nearly lost it, but it's kept alive. And now Pulisic with a great ball out wide for Ferreira. Murillo helping out, though, and he'll take it away from Jesus Ferreira. 63rd minute of play here from Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida. The U.S. will head down to San Jose, Costa Rica for the final game of World Cup qualifying, where they can officially punch their ticket to the 2022 World Cup. And Panama looking to switch the point of attack, but it was a ball played well beyond the reach of Eric Davis. And here comes another USA substitution. Miles Robinson coming off, and it will be Aaron Long entering the match. So that's the third change from Berhalter tonight. Panama will also make a change. Oh, really, Adam? Very good, very good. Mexico game still 0-0. All right, thanks for the update there, Vaughn. Yeah, so that is very interesting as Carrasquilla is the one coming off for Panama. Martinez enters the match. Here is De La Torre. He'll get the return pass from Anthony Robinson. De La Torre edge of the box, back to Robinson. His cross settled by Pulisic. Pulisic all the way through. He has a hat trick. It's beautiful from Christian Pulisic. Captain America with a world-class goal. And that's his third of the night. 5-0 USA. Oh my. What a goal that was. Wow. And the crowd going crazy in Orlando. I think it's safe to say all those fans got their money's worth and some. De La Torre with a great run forward, got it back from Anthony Robinson, and then De La Torre to Anthony Robinson again, who crossed into Pulisic. An unbelievable turn to get by one defender, then calmly dribbled it past another defender and tucked it in to the back of the net with ease. A calm finish into the bottom right corner. And that's why Christian Pulisic is the star of this team. What a first touch with his left foot. And then just a little dink by the last defender, Andrade, through his legs, actually. Oh my, what a filthy move by Pulisic to set up this chance. And then the composure from the captain to slot it into the bottom right corner. It's world class all around from number 10. Christian Pulisic's first career U.S. men's national team hat trick, by the way. It's a bit hard to believe, really, but the first time ever here tonight that he scored a hat trick for the national team. $5-0 U.S. And already a night to remember. Back it comes to Zach Steffen. Ton of American flags and chants raining out from the fans at Exploria Stadium. Definitely a smaller stadium, but when you can pack it like tonight, it's a great atmosphere. We've played 3/4 of the match, the U.S. up by 5. Yeah, hopefully, Vaughn, hopefully. Oh, and here comes Panama. Into the box goes Quintero. Quintero locked down by Zimmerman, who got tripped up, it looked like, but no foul called. Instead, a corner kick awarded to Panama. Yeah, I've seen some Ukrainian flags as well, Vaughn. Yep. Great to see the support of Ukraine from some of the fans. Yeah, I know it, Adam. I know it. Oh, and the U.S. win possession immediately from the Panama corner, and Pulisic brought down, or rather, Reyna goes down. But he's called for the foul, maybe for assimilation, and now Pulisic given the yellow. Sorry, it was Pulisic. I was originally right. He was the one who went down, and the referee gives him a yellow for flopping. So that's interesting there. No, it was Reyna. It was Reyna who went down, and then Pulisic for arguing got the yellow. Or yeah, the referee actually said no foul, but Reyna thought the foul was going to be called, so picked up the ball with his hands, and that's why the foul was called. And then, yeah, I believe Pulisic for arguing was given the yellow card. So a hat trick and a yellow card for Pulisic. He's doing a little bit of everything tonight. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, Jason. We have a massive goal differential advantage over Costa Rica now. So it's almost official that we're into the World Cup, basically. I mean, as close as you can get to being official, but not being official. Free kick here for Panama, and Jordan Morris will now enter the match for the United States, as well as Gianluca Busio. So these will be the final 2 changes for the U.S. tonight. Christian Pulisic will be one of the players coming off. What a night for him. He'll hand over the captain's armband to Tyler Adams. And when it comes to the most U.S. men's national team goals in World Cup qualifying. Pulisic now 4th on that list after his hat trick tonight. 2 penalties and then a magnificent goal moments ago. He was spectacular in this game. The star player showed up tonight. And that'll be it for him. He goes 70 minutes. No reason for him to stay in for the full 90. You can't risk any injuries now. And so Pulisic replaced by Busio, who plays for Venezia in Italy. Meanwhile, Jordan Morris, it says, has come on for Tyler Adams. So that's interesting because the captain's armband was given to Adams by Pulisic, but apparently Pulisic was not aware that Adams was also coming off. So who knows who that captain's armband is with now? I'm not entirely sure. Either way, we carry on. All 5 substitutions have been made by Berhalter. No, Vaughn. I've said multiple times I do not like the Mexican national team. I'm American. I like the United States, and therefore, since we're big rivals with Mexico, I do not like the Mexican soccer team. No. No, I won't be able to do that game, Adam. I don't even know if that Solomon Islands New Zealand game is being shown here in the US. I don't even know if there's a way to watch it here in the US. But I looked up on Google, and the game's at 1 p.m. my time, so I'll be at school anyways during that game, unfortunately. Here's Shaq Moore down the right wing. Moore whips in a cross. Knocked away. And a foul called against Reyna. '73rd minute. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure, folks. It's always better when the US get the win. I don't really have any rooting interest in that one, but it would be a cool underdog story if Solomon Islands was to beat New Zealand, Adam. The USA's next game is Wednesday night, Jeffrey. Yep, Wednesday night against Costa Rica. That'll be their last World Cup qualifier, and I plan to be on the call for that game as well. Oh, Mexico scored. All right, Hugo. Thanks for that update. So Mexico took the lead over Honduras. What's up, John? Welcome in. This is Alberto Quintero for Costa Rica, for Panama. Edson Alvarez scored. All right. Yeah, not too surprised that he scored. On the ball for Panama is Rodriguez. It's been utter domination from the United States in this game. Hard to believe that in the game at Panama months ago, it was Panama with the 1-0 victory over the U.S. Shows how important home field advantage is. And to be fair, it wasn't the strongest team put forth by Greg Berhalter in that match. It's a Panama throw in here. Sent back to Andres Andrade. Andrade back for his teammate. Played into the middle now with Anibal Godoy. Now it's sent out wide for Eric Davis. Edge of the box. It's with Medina. Quarter of an hour left. Back out wide with Davis on the left wing. He'll curl in across. No one there at the back post. Jordan Morris first to it for the U.S. One back by Panama. Can the Panamanians get a late consolation goal? Busio got a foot in there, and it stays with Panama on the left wing. Here is Davis. The return from Quintero. Eric Davis back for Martinez. And this is the longest spell of possession from Panama all night long so far. Davis chips it ahead. Now Zimmerman defending. Torres. Godoy. Panama still moving the ball around at the edge of the penalty box. And that's great defending by Busio, who ends up being fouled and wins the U.S. a free kick. You'll try to be in the chat on Wednesday night? All right, I appreciate it. Oh, you don't get CBS Sports Network, Jeffrey? Yeah, fortunately, I have that channel. That's the channel most of the U.S. away games in these World Cup qualifiers has been on. And then the home games have been split between Fox Sports and ESPN. Look at the live standings in World Cup qualifying. U.S. 25 points. Canada already clinched with 28, and then it's Mexico also with 25. And Costa Rica 3 points back of the U.S. and Mexico. Yeah, I saw that, Adam. I saw that. The Celtics destroyed the Timberwolves. Celtics are the best team in the league right now. They're rolling. It's unbelievable, really. Here's Jordan Morris. Morris looking across. And that nearly fell to the feet of Ferreira. Not quite. Aaron Long. Acosta's pass turned over. Rodriguez gets away from Acosta. Here's Eric Davis. Yeah, the way they've been playing lately, Adam, I agree with you. The Celtics definitely have a shot to go all the way if they keep this up. They've been unreal lately. Edge of the box it goes, and pass just not quite enough pace on it from Torres. U.S. clear all the way back for Andrade to chase down. 12 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in Orlando. The U.S. well on their way to a vital 3 points. It's now on the left wing with Davis. Godoy, who is the captain tonight for Panama. Edge of the box, a good turn, but a poor shot. As Medina tried his luck, but it was well high and wide of the target. A reminder, folks, that the USFL is returning. That's right. For the first time in a decade and a half, I believe, the USFL is back. The New Jersey Generals will be in action, and they'll take on the Birmingham Stallions. That will be the season opener. April 16th is just around the corner. Who doesn't like some spring football? Spring American football, I should say. And you know what? I might check out that league a little bit and call some USFL action. Why not? I'm already missing the NFL. Looks like Panama was awarded a free kick in the midfield. No. They won't do a merge with the NFL. No, this is completely separate. Yeah, last time USFL existed, they tried to compete with the NFL. This time they're not doing that. They know that they can't compete with the NFL, so they're going to be their own league in the spring and kind of an opportunity for players to develop and perhaps make it to the NFL. So they're coming in this time with a different mindset. Yeah, it's basically, I guess you could call it like a minor league, Adam. It's mainly for guys that didn't make the NFL. but still want an opportunity to kind of prove themselves, or just for older players that maybe played in the NFL in the past but aren't good enough anymore to play in the league, a chance for them to keep playing at a professional level. So that's basically what it is. What happened to the XFL? Yeah, Vaughn. Well, the XFL, they in their first season back, they had to cancel it mid-season because of COVID, and then they haven't returned the last 2 years. But from what I heard, the XFL will be back next year under new ownership, including Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So, to my knowledge, the XFL and USFL starting next year will actually be competing with each other as two spring football leagues. So, yeah. Should be interesting. Yeah, USFL existed a long time ago, as that's turned over by Panama. Here's Jesus Ferreira. Ferreira over to Reyna. Reyna with a shot, and it's just over the crossbar. An absolute laser, but not quite on target. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Vince McMahon is involved. I don't think so. I could be wrong though, but I don't think so. No, could be wrong. Yeah, absolutely, Adam. Absolutely. Yeah, and I'll check out a few games. There's no team from Boston, unfortunately. But I'll check out a few games, and it's spring football. So when the NFL season's not going on, it'll be nice to just each weekend have at least some football on TV to watch. What happened to the AAF? Yeah, the AAF was a short-lived nightmare. That league collapsed before it even finished its first season. I'm pretty sure they just went bankrupt. Yeah. So that was a pretty sad ending to the AAF. They didn't even get to the playoffs, I don't think, in their first season. They had to just pull the plug on it. Over 82 minutes played, and on the ball for Panama is Martinez. Back it comes to Martinez. 83rd minute of play. Yeah, you're probably right about that, Hugo. You're probably right about that. Reina gave it away momentarily, but a foul was called, I think, against Panama. Double check that. Greg Berhalter has to be pleased with his team's performance tonight. There were questions after that battle against Mexico just 3 nights ago in Mexico City. Was the U.S. going to be able to, recover fully recover, I should say, for this match and come in playing to the best of their ability? And that's certainly been the case. I mean, they have been spectacular in this one. Here's Shaq Moore up the right wing. He takes a spill, and it will be a foul against Panama. And the whistle going against Medina. $6 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and that is if there is stoppage time. I'm not sure it'll really be necessary to add that much at all. That's a start, Adam. That's a start. Ooh, that's turned over by Aaron Long. Tries to recover and does, but a foul will be called against him. And a yellow card given out by the referee also. So Aaron Long shown yellow, and that was kind of a frantic moment for him after he gave the ball away, tried to recover. In the end, takes the yellow as he dragged down Alberto Quintero. Yeah, I'm not sure, Hugo. I'm not sure. But in the end, I can't have any complaints. I mean, that draw against Mexico, the U.S. probably could have won that game, as this is headed into the back of the net, and Panama finally scores. It's been a rough night for Anibal Godoy. He committed both penalties, but he's the one who scores here for Panama. And so, 5-1 now the score. Remember, goal difference still a factor for the U.S. They still, even with that Panama goal, have a far superior goal difference to Costa Rica, who's chasing them in the standings. But it's still worth noting. Yeah, it was a really good delivery here on the free kick, and no one really tight enough on Godoy. Shaq Moore was the nearest player, but Godoy with the glancing header into the bottom left corner. It's now a 4-goal game. Yeah, you were 1 goal off, exactly, Hugo. Nope, no clean sheet in the end, Adam. No clean sheet. Yeah, exactly, Adam. Which obviously that's unlikely, but you never know. You never know. Heavy challenge from Reyna and a free kick again awarded to Panama. U.S. just getting a little bit sloppy here towards the end. This is Rodriguez. 3 minutes left plus stoppage time. Rodriguez sends it into the box. Chasing it down is Martinez. Martinez brought down, and he's actually having Murillo went down as well, and he was having a word with Gio Reyna, it appeared. Those two were getting into it, and now the referee just comes in to have a word with Gio Reyna. And yeah, they're still having words. Look at this. Getting in the face of Gio Reyna was Torres, and the referee immediately takes control of the situation. Torres still chirping at Reyna as we speak. Oh yeah, it's a full stadium, 100%, Hugo. Yeah, it's packed right now at Exploria Stadium. Every seat full. Every seat filled, I should say. Claudio and Danielle Reyna, Gio Reyna's parents, of course, in attendance for this one. Both of them were former U.S. national team players. That's pretty darn cool. If for Gio Reyna, he can say that both of his parents played for the U.S. national team, and I'm sure that helped him growing up with his parents both experiencing what it felt like to be professional soccer players and playing for the national team. And now their son playing on that very stage and being one of the stars for this team. But yeah, full capacity crowd on hand at Exploria Stadium tonight. The whole atmosphere has been fantastic. The whole crowd, just about the whole crowd, standing the entire game. Been plenty of chants going around. And the party got started early on with the way the U.S. started this game. This will go all the way back to Zach Steffen. We're now 40 seconds from stoppage time. USA chants raining down around the entire stadium. You love to see the passion from the fans who came out to support the team tonight. Foul from behind, free kick to the U.S. Foul committed there by Michael Murillo. We're into second half stoppage time now, and there will be 3 minutes added on. Leaping header ends up out of play. Last touch by Busio. Acosta applying the pressure. It was him with the last touch, but a good effort nonetheless. Panama quickly take the goal kick. Don't talk about Pumas, okay? Don't talk about them. They give me nightmares. After the choke job the Revs had against Pumas. Yes, I think that is correct, Gabriel. Yep. This is headed backwards. Reyna the first to it. He elects to go back to Shaq Moore. Tracking it down is Murillo. 90 seconds left, and Shaq Moore appears to be pulling up a bit. Might be a right hamstring injury as he tries to carry on for the final few moments. Godoy. Now back with Escobar. Forward to Quintero. A minute away now from the final whistle. Now Medina. "35 seconds left now. Panama looking for one last chance for another consolation goal. Laid out wide. A nice cut inside. Laying it off was Davis. Floated towards the back post. Sent away only as far as Godoy. Now 15 seconds remaining, and it's sent all the way back by Martinez to Mejia. Mejia goes along with it. Final whistle any moment now. Aaron Long gives it away. That ball kept in play, but Long steals it and clears right away. And that will do it. There's the final whistle. The United States takes care of business with ease. It's a 5-1 victory over Panama. And with that result, the United States is so close to officially punching that ticket into the 2022 World Cup. They now are in fantastic position to earn that World Cup berth, which they failed to do, of course, in 2018. The fans celebrate in Orlando, and the U.S. will get ready for their Wednesday night clash against Costa Rica down in Costa Rica. That'll be the final game of qualifying when the U.S. can officially make it official that they'll qualify for the World Cup. But with this significant victory, 5-1 over Panama, they are in fantastic shape to get that World Cup spot. No doubt about that. All right, I appreciate that, Adam. I appreciate all of you who have tuned in tonight. Panama just got completely outclassed on the night. Their World Cup hopes are gone, and you can see the emotions from the players on the pitch. Panama did qualify for the 2018 World Cup. Unfortunately for them, they will not be going to the 2022 edition later this year in Qatar. Christian Pulisic was the star of the show. 3 goals for him, 2 from the penalty spot, and then an unbelievable third goal to cap off his hat trick. He didn't even have to play the entire game. Was subbed off in the 70th minute when the U.S. was leading 5-0 at the time. And here are the thoughts of Greg Berhalter before I sign off.
Biggest takeaway on your team's performance? I think on a night where we needed to get a resounding win, we did so. We helped our goal difference, and the effort today was tremendous. Panama still in it, fighting for their lives, and the guys did a great job.
Christian felt like he was playing with fire in his eyes. You could sense that. What led to him wear the captain's armband tonight, and what do you think about his game?
He's part of the leadership council in the team, so it's normal that we choose different ones from that group every game. But I think more importantly is Christian's a guy that's been through it before, knows what was on the line in this game, and responded with a really good performance.
Last job, Costa Rica on Wednesday. What are your expectations?
We want to go there and win the game. Just like I've been saying in the first two games, we prepare for each game to try to win.
Thank you.
All right, there are the thoughts of Greg Berhalter. And yes, I will see you, Adam, for that Portugal-North Macedonia game, which I do plan to commentate. That game starts like shortly after I get home from school, so I'll try to commentate the entire thing. Yeah, Hugo, I'm planning to do the Portugal-North Macedonia game on Tuesday, with the winner going to the World Cup, the loser not making the World Cup. Yeah, so I'll try to go on from the start. It might be a few minutes late after kickoff to get the live broadcast started. But yeah, hopefully I can go live from the start, and hopefully Portugal can get the win. All right, Mexico also won 1-0, the final score in that one. Thanks for the update there, Hugo. 5-1. The U.S. cruises to a comfortable 3 points, and what a huge 3 points that was. This was coming in the biggest game of World Cup qualifying yet for the U.S. All smiles on the faces of the players, and just one more game to officially punch their ticket as the U.S. brings over a banner that says "Thank you, fans," over to the fan area. Barely anyone has left their seats as the fans stay back to celebrate with the players. Just fantastic scenes there in Orlando. And what a performance. Best of these World Cup qualifiers so far for the U.S. Yes, thank you, Lon. That was a whole lot of fun, man. It's always a great time when the U.S. get the W, and that's what they have just done tonight. Great to see the players also celebrating with the supporters. You love to see it. That's what home field advantage is all about, particularly in World Cup qualifying. And I'll see you guys next time. One last time, here's a look at the updated World Cup qualifying standings. Canada has clinched a World Cup berth with 28 points. Then it's the U.S. and Mexico rounding out the top three automatic spots with 25 points. Costa Rica in fourth on 22. So the U.S., Mexico, and Costa Rica, all three of those teams still in contention for those automatic spots. Only two out of those three will get them. It's looking most likely that it'll be the U.S. and Mexico, although there's no guarantees. Costa Rica, for them, they at bare minimum will be heading to that intercontinental playoff, but they, of course, want that automatic spot, which they'll have a chance to get, but they'll need to win against the U.S. by a large margin on Wednesday to accomplish that. So those are the different scenarios. What a great night, folks. What a great night. I want to celebrate on and on, but I got to wrap it up because I've got some homework to do before school tomorrow. So I'll see you guys next time. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, what a game that was. As I'll once more just recap the goal scoring before I do sign off. Of course, the U.S. started this game with 3 goals in a 10-minute span. First, we saw a penalty kick goal converted by Christian Pulisic. Then it was Paul Arriola with a great header to make it 2. Then Jesus Ferreira got a third from close range. Pulisic would grab another one from the penalty spot. That was, sorry, not from the penalty spot. His first, he would grab another from the penalty spot to make it 4-0. That was the score at halftime. And then it would be a 5th goal from Pulisic in the second half to make it a hat trick for him and a 5th goal for the U.S. Panama would get a consolation goal from Godoy. But 5-1 the final. That will do it. The U.S. defeat Panama by a final score of 5-1. A crucial 3 points. One more match left in World Cup qualifying. That will be Wednesday night. See you guys then. Bye for now.